Hello, good morning. Today here is Friday. It's um, April 17, and the weather is cloudy and a little cold. It was raining in the morning. How are you? I'm fine. And today we're going to have the class about simple present, right? Na aula de hoje vocês vão precisar do livro, ok? Para fazer as atividades juntos. Então, pode pausar o livro, pode pausar o vídeo quem não tiver com o livro perto para poder pegar ele lá e fazer as atividades, okay? Very good. So, today we are going to talk about the interrogative, right? How to make questions, okay, in the simple present. Actually, we talked a little bit about this, but to make the questions in the simple present, it's very simple. All you have to do is to use the auxiliary, right? Do. So we're going to use this to make questions along with the subject and the verb. With the do, the subjects that we are going to use are you, we, they, right? And I forget I. Okay? So there's this thing. We are going to use do plus the subject plus the verb. If you look at the example, we have do you need help? Do you need help? And I can replace this with any here. Do we need help? Do they need help? All right? It's very simple. Let's say if I have an example in the text, oh, do you stay there on vacation? Do you have a house at the beach? Do you want to stay? So always like this. Do, the subject, and the verb. Do you want? Do you stay? Do you have? Você tem, você fica, você quer, right? You don't have to do nothing very complicated to make the questions in the simple present. But we have to notice that we don't use do with he, she, and it, okay? He, she, and it, they are different. We are going to talk about he, she, it in another class, another opportunity, all right? I'm going to take off my face from the screen so we can focus more. So not very complicated, auxiliary verb do plus the subject and the verb. We form questions, right? As we can see in the examples of the book. But let's try to make other questions, right? For example, I can use the verb live. We know that live is morar, right? And I can say, do you live in Belo Horizonte? So we have the auxiliary do, the subject, and the verb. Do you live? This is the main part of the clause. Do you live in Belo Horizonte? Do you live in Contagem? Right? Do you live with your parents? All right. So we have here the structures to make questions. We can use, of course, I, they, and we, right? Do we have classes tomorrow? Right? Do we have classes tomorrow? Ter amanhã aulas. Do we, temos aula amanhã? Do we have classes tomorrow? Okay? So that's it. Very easy to make the questions. You just have to know the verbs, remember the pronouns, the subjects, and you're gonna be fine. In the next page, we have here the hints. I'm going to talk about this now. And here we go. Verb plus infinitive. Infinitive is the verb with to, right? So we have the verb have, for example. So the infinitive of the verb have is to have. The infinitive of the verb stay is to stay. The infinitive of the verb live is to live. So verb plus infinitive, right? When we use in the sentence two verbs. I have the verb like, I have the verb stay. I have the verb prefer and the verb live, right? And these two verbs here, like and prefer, it's about feel, how I feel, feeling. It's about sentiment, feeling. Se eu gosto, se eu prefiro. So when we have this, I like to stay, right? We prefer to live. We use the infinitive to talk about feeling, about things we like or we don't like, or that we prefer, that means preferir, right? So if I go show you other examples, if I show you other examples, I have, for example, do you like to study English? Right, I have here the verb like and the verb study. Okay, it doesn't have to be a question. I can say, for example, I don't like to eat, I don't know, carrots. Cenouras. You have to eat carrots. It's very good. I like it. But like to eat, infinitive, right? Infinitive. So every time I'm going to talk about things I like, things I don't like. Another example could be with love. I love to go to the beach. The infinitive again is here. I love to go. So when talking about things I like, things I don't like, or likes and dislikes, or preferences. I prefer the beach. I prefer to go to the beach. Okay, I prefer to study Portuguese. So you're going to use the infinitive. Very good. Now that we know the rules, how to make questions, we're going back and let's see the questions. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. We have here at the beach and on the beach. Beach, right? You know the difference from that other word. So we have at, on, okay. I talked about this a little in class. At the beach, on the beach is more specific, right? So, lá na praia mesmo, specific. It's about the place, the beach. And at the beach, for example, this house here, I have a house in the first page. This house is on the beach, right? It's already inside the beach. Eles estão na praia. When estão na praia é mais geral. Estão na praia é como se fala, estão na praia, na cidade que tem praia. Agora, on the beach, it's like specific inside the beach. Na praia mesmo. Look, the house is on the beach. Oh my God. Very beautiful house. So, very nice. Oops. Vamos ver então as aplicações no texto, in the text, right? I'm on the right page. I just need to check for the audio. Let's take a minute. And that's it. Let's listen to this text. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
The summer house.
Do you have a house at the beach?
Yes. My house is on the beach in San Diego.
Do you stay there on vacation?
Yes, we like to stay there on summer vacation. The beach is so nice with beautiful people and nice restaurants. Do you want to stay in my house next summer?
Really? Of course. I love summer, but I need to ask my mom first.
That's okay.
That's okay. Very good. So all the examples are here. The questions with do, like with the infinitive, like to stay. Do you stay there on vacation? All right. Very good. So this is time for the got it. Have to complete all the questions, all the sentences with the words. Lembrando que as palavras que a gente completa, they are always in the text or here or in the hints, sometimes even in the listening, okay? Let's do this. Pause the video and do this activity, okay? I'm going to write, but pausa o vídeo, faz primeiro, depois vem ver as respostas. So, got it. How do I make a question? Do you live in the city? You here, right? Do they speak English? Aproveita, let's repeat the questions. Do you live in the city? Do they speak English? Do you need vacation now? And do you want to stay at the beach? Right? We love to speak English, but say study, speak English. And they like to stay at the beach. Eu vou consertar isso aqui. I'm gonna fix this because that letter, we love to speak. Oh, much better. So let's repeat, please. Do you live in the city? Do they speak English? Do you need vacation now? Do you want to stay at the beach? We love to speak English. They like to stay at the beach. Okay, very good. I am going to erase so we can move on to the next activity, which are the sentences. Oh, there they are. So the building sentences, right? We are going to write sentences with the words stay and let's use on. No. Let's use the word house. Okay, and let's use the word, let me have some idea here. Excellent. Let's use the word vacation. Ok? O que está tendo um déjà vu aqui? Parece que a gente chegou a entrar um pouco nessa página assim. Então, se você já tiver sentenças escritas, faça outras, continuar praticando, right? So I'm going to give you some time. You can pause the video and write your sentences. I'm going to make 3 sentences, not one using the 3, okay? So I'm going to say, do you prefer to stay on the beach or in the farm? Okay. My second one, house. Do you live in a house or in an apartment? Do you live in a house or in an apartment? Very good. Eu já conhecia a house e o apartamento de alguns de vocês lá pelos vídeos. And vacation. Do you go to the beach on your vacation? All right. Vacation, right? Férias. So, do you go to the beach on your vacation? There you go. Stay, house, and vacation. 3 sentences, 3 words, 3 sentences. Okay? Very good. Let's go to your favorite part. Let's go to complete. We are going to do 10 or 12 of the completes today, okay? So you have to try to complete the sentences. Right? Try to complete. And after you try to complete, we are going to repeat together. Well, I will not be with you, but you can together with the video, right? So it's a question. Blah, 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 you live at the beach, right? This is the difference of at and on, right? Você mora na praia, no sentido de você mora na praia, tipo, perto da praia, numa cidade com praia. Não dentro da praia, seria on the beach, como aquela casa lá. So, blah, 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 you live at the beach. And nós vimos hoje, we just saw it to make questions in the present simple. We use do. So, do you live at the beach? Let's repeat. Do you live at the beach? Okay. Next. Do Nana have a house at the beach? Do Nana have a house at the beach? We can complete with the subject. You remember that this to make the questions we use do plus subject. Sorry, not that subject plus the verb. The subject has to be I, you, they, we, so you can complete it. Do you have a house at the beach? Or do they have a house at the beach? Right? Or do your parents have a house at the beach? So let's see. Do you have a house at the beach? Do they have a house at the beach? Do we have a house at the beach? Do your parents have a house at the beach? Right? Subject, sujeito can be pronouns or other words. Let's repeat. Do you have a house at the beach? Very good. They stay at the beach on vacation. Again, to make a question, I complete with do, right? Do they stay at the beach on vacation? Very good. Let's repeat. Do they stay at the beach on vacation? Remember, not do they stay at the beach on vacation. No, intonation is important. Do they stay at the beach on vacation? All right. Number 4, grandparents or your grandparents live on the farm. Right, so do your grandparents live on the farm? Number 5, do prefer a house to an apartment? Do prefer a house to an apartment? So you can complete with you, with I, we, they. Let's do with they. Do they prefer a house to an apartment? Let's repeat. Do they prefer a house to an apartment? Number 6. Do you want have a summer house? Infinitive, right? How can I complete this? Do you want have a summer house? Dois verbs, 2 verbs. I have to complete with infinitive. Do you want to have a summer house? All right. Number 7. Do they love blah 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 a big family? Have, right? Do they love have a big family? It's similar, right? With this 2 verbs. 2 verbs talking about what I like, what I love, preferences. So infinitive. Do they love to have a big family? Let's repeat. Do they love to have a big family? All right. Number 8. Do you need to at home? 2 verbs. But what verb do you need to at home? And the answer is, do you need to stay at home? Let's repeat. Do you need to stay at home? Okay. I want, one verb, another verb. I need infinitive. I want to have a summer house. Let's repeat. I want to have a summer house. Or I want to have a summer house. And number 10, we need blah blah blah, have an apartment. We need to have an apartment. Okay, we are finished with complete. Let me see. We are going to the student's book and to the listening. To the listening. So let's go. It's page 14, right? We are going to listen and complete. Se já tiver complete, acompanhe e vê se está correct. But I think it's not complete, right? See if the audio is on, so you don't have any problems. Everything's fine. Listen and complete.
Listening.
I have a house at the beach.
Nice. Do you like to stay there in the summer?
Yes, I love to stay at the beach with my family. And you?
I don't have a summer house, but I stay at the beach with my parents on vacation. We prefer to stay at a beach hotel.
Do you want to stay in my house next summer?
Of course. Great idea.
Right, very similar to the other text we listened to. If you want to listen again, go back in the video. Actually, let's listen again here now. Let's listen.
Listening.
I have a house at the beach.
Nice. Do you like to stay there in the summer?
Yes, I love to stay at the beach with my family. And you?
I don't have a summer house, but I stay at the beach with my parents on vacation. We prefer to stay at a beach hotel.
Do you want to stay in my house next summer?
Of course. Great idea.
Very good. Now listen again and we are going to complete.
Listening.
I have a house at the beach.
Nice. Do you like to stay there in the summer?
Yes, I love to stay at the beach with my family. And you?
I don't have a summer house, but I stay at the beach with my parents on vacation. We prefer to stay at a beach hotel.
Do you want to stay in my house next summer?
Of course. Great idea.
I have a house at the beach. Do you like to stay? Oh, sorry about that. Do you like to stay, right? Do you like to stay there in the summer? I don't have a summer house, but I stay at the beach with my parents on vacation. Do you want to stay in my house next summer? Of course, great idea. All right. Very good. Let's ask questions using the situations below, right? So you're going to ask the questions, form the questions using do, subject, and verb, and the situations here, okay? So let's do this. Oh my God. I just wanted to circle the entire text. All right, live at the beach, have a summer house, want to stay here, prefer to have vacation in the summer, need to stay home today, want to stay at school tomorrow, love to stay at the beach, like to stay in the city. It's very easy. We only have to use do and subject to do this. So it's like, do you live at the beach? And of course, oh, I like this. Very nice. So, do you, we can say, to play. Do your friends want to stay here? That was a fail. Okay. Do your friends want to stay here? Okay, so you just have to do that. And of course, after you make the questions, you have to answer the questions, all right? So here's the thing. Pause the video, and make the questions. And I'm going to answer all the questions like with you. So do you live at the beach? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you have a summer house? No, I don't. Do you want to stay here? Yes, I do. So to answer the questions, always yes, I do, and no, I don't. But the most important, o mais importante nesse momento, this moment, is to make the questions. Just to learn to make the questions, all right? Remember, you cannot say do your father have a summer house. This is not correct, okay? This is wrong. Don't do this. Because your father is like he. And we don't use do with he. Mais para frente a gente vai ver o que a gente usa com he, she. So, do plus subject in this exercise is you, they, we. and I. Do you live at the beach? Do they have a summer house? Do we want to stay here? Okay. Practice, practice, practice. And we have, today we're going to have what? Homework. Hey, thank you, teacher. Obrigado por essa oportunidade de aprender mais. No problem, student. So let's go to the homework. I'm going to explain how to do the homework. So let's go to workbook. Homework book, page 13 and 14 is the homework. Okay? So, number 1. Colocar as frases na forma interrogativa. Lembrando que se eu chegar aqui e fazer isso, não é uma pergunta, está faltando alguma coisa. Alright? Number 2. Complete the questions. Complete as questions usando the verb. Que estão aqui. Very good. Scramble the words. And answer the question, vai colocar a pergunta em ordem, vai escrever ela aqui e vai responder de acordo com isso. Porque já tem aqui o início, se é yes ou no. Match the sentences, coloque as letras relativas relacionadas ao que completa, né? Do you live in São Paulo? Qual que seria a resposta? Homework simple, fast, basic, right? Very good. So, bons estudos, bom trabalho, bom homework. Bye bye. See you next class.